Hey guys, Mist here again for another video today, and we are back with our Houston Vikings franchise mode. And a real quick explanation, this is actually the second time I am recording this very episode. I was going through the editing process of the first recording of this video, and I didn't like it very much. So I'm back, and I'm going to record it again. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I made a few trades in there. Yes, I swear on my life, I actually did make some trades in there. We didn't have a great season. We started off the season very poorly, and it just wasn't fun. So really, in the first, I think it was 20-ish games, we had a very poor record. I think it was 8-8-7 or something. It just wasn't very good. So then, at this Boston game before the deadline, I made three trades that are three very big trades, and I'm gonna do them again. I'm not gonna wait till we get to this Boston game, though. I'm gonna do it before the season starts, unless I can't. Two of the players, or sorry, no, only one of the players. Well, how do I say this? Only one of the trades actually had a player that the team wanted to get rid of, but then again, that was at the deadline. So whether that will still happen or not, I'm not sure. But I'll be right back once we have those trades ready to go. BRB, guys. Alright, guys, so I'm back, and as you can see, I'm not on the trade screen because actually in the last part of this episode that I just recorded, I actually am not able to make all those trades because my draft pick for this year was a very high value draft pick because we really were doing that bad, and also one player that I was going to acquire is not on the trade block right now, so we're gonna have to wait, and we're gonna have to hopefully be able to see if they're gonna be on the block by the time of the All-Star break. Now, whether they will be or not, I'm not sure, so we're just gonna have to sim. We're gonna hopefully do as bad as we did in the last episode, and to be honest, I also don't necessarily remember the trades either, so this could be very interesting to figure out, to see if I can actually remember them. I know I'm not going to tell you who they were for, but I do remember basically all of them. I just remember what I have to use for each. I know I had to use my first round draft pick this year. Actually, I basically had to use 4 first round draft picks, believe it or not. So I'm going to have to figure that out, but I honestly do not remember all of them by heart. And we actually had a much better preseason in the last one. I do remember that. We went 6-1-0 in that, and we went 2-3-1 in this one, so maybe we'll have a better season. We started off the first 5 games of the season going, I believe it was 1-4-1. We had a very poor start to the season. It was kind of unfortunate, to be honest. I mean, I'd still like to make these trades even if we are doing good, because I do want to grab those players, because those players are game changers, let me tell you. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna tell you who they are, but soon enough, hopefully you guys will see it. So one thing really quickly, guys, I do want to talk about is that I'm going to be ending the NHL series very, very shortly, because obviously NHL 18 is right around the corner. It's about 2 days away currently, so I'm not sure when I will be uploading that. I honestly don't even know what series I'm going to do as of right now. So this should be quite interesting, but we'll figure everything out soon enough. So hopefully everything works out like that. Now, actually, before I actually made the trades before the deadline, or on the week of the deadline, I do remember I traded Emile Poirier and Alex Tuck away because they were both doing very, very poorly. They both didn't have a point in the first, I think it was like 20. Tuck didn't have a point in like the first 24 games, and Poirier only had 1, and they were both playing third line, so I traded them away and just got a second and third for both of them from Arizona and maybe Boston. I do not remember what teams it was from, but you know what? It's okay, because we'll just have to hopefully use them. I don't know how this is going to work. We'll figure it out very shortly, but I'm just waiting to see how long it takes us to freaking get to the All-Star break, to then see if that player is on the block or not, and hopefully he is, but we'll have to wait and see. So we're not doing too bad. I mean, 10, 11, 7, and 1 now. I do remember we were in the second wild card spot in our division. There were 5 playoff spots in our division. We had the 2 wild cards, and we were in 5th when I made those trades. So we were actually having a very bad season. And then I made those trades, and then we finished 3rd in our division, and there was 5 wild card spots. No, sorry, we finished 2nd, and there were 5 playoff spots in our division, 2 wild card spots being in our division. So whether that will happen again, I'm not sure. We seem to be doing a lot better than what the last one was, or how the last one went. Also, in the last one, Donald Bolesky grew to an 89, which was good. I don't know if he'll do the same. Hopefully he will, but then again, I don't know. Our Iowa Wild are doing a lot better than they did in the last episode. I know they didn't have near as good of a record as that one, but that is good as well. So now I'm waiting. There's only 6 defensemen in the OHL. Damn, weird. So I'm just gonna scout them for 1 week. Sorry, and hopefully everything works out there. Now, if this sim could just hurry up. I don't know why it's taking so slow. I don't know why it's so slow, and I don't know why it's taking so long. I honestly couldn't tell you, to be 100% honest with you. Now, since we are doing pretty decent, is it worth even changing the team? That is a question I need to ask myself, because I mean, it could go downhill if we do make those trades, but then again, for the players that we are acquiring, it's not going to go downhill. We may lose a few games to start off with them, but other than that, we are still going to be a very decent team, no matter what, if we do make those trades. I'm just waiting. We just need to get to the All-Star break, and then hopefully that one player that was on the block that we are going to acquire is on the block, because he had a lot less value from what he does, or what he did when I went to go check just a few moments ago. So hopefully that will happen. Can actually finally see the end of January now. Took forever, but we actually won a game on New Year's. Very good. What a gift to our families. I don't know. Whatever though. Come on. We really aren't doing too great. 22, 17, and 2. We had a much worse record, that's for sure. I do remember that. I know that. What we did, we traded away Poirier for a second and a third, and then we also traded away Tuck for a second and a third, and then we called up LeBeau and someone else in the AHL. I do not remember who else it was, but they actually happened to be pretty damn helpful. Martin Jones, this exact trade was offered to us as well. First time they offered it to us, it was just the first rounder for Martin Jones, and then the second time they added a third rounder. But I mean, I don't want Martin Jones. He just doesn't help. Even if he is doing good, Kakinen was doing good in that last sim. He had a 929 save percentage. We weren't scoring goals, I guess, because we just couldn't win. Speaking of scoring goals, 7-2 win over the Capitals. Pretty damn good, that's for sure. Now, just 1 week, and then we're finally here at the All-Star break, and hopefully everybody, or at least that one person that actually did go onto the trade block will be on the trade block. Hopefully. Apparently Mirko Mueller just became an alternate captain as well. Weird game, man. I don't know. We actually still aren't doing too good. It's funny, though. 2 teams in our division we are going to be making a trade with. Hopefully, if everything works out. So, I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to go see if he is on the trade block. BRB. Alright, guys. So, the first trade I'm going to try to make is going to be for Alex DeBrincat of the Chicago Blackhawks. We're going to be trading Travis Konechny and our Houston Viking first-round pick in the next draft. Not this one upcoming, but next year's. I don't think this will go through. I think we'll have to add more draft picks, but we'll try it anyways. Proposed trade. Yeah, alright. So let's add another draft pick. We have a second that's pretty valuable. So we'll add that one. Proposed trade. Trade rejected. Alright. Let's add in 2 seconds in the future as well then. Will that then go through? Proposed trade. Just a touch, of course. Well, let's get rid of that second. We'll add in another first then. Proposed trade. Trade rejected. All right. How about this second and 27? Come on, please. Propose trade. Just a touch. Let's go down and add the third that they want. And then hopefully that will make it go through. Propose trade. Trade accepted. We'll just do best roster for now. And I'll be right back when we make the second trade. Alright guys, so this is going to be the second trade. We're going to be sending away 3 first-round picks. Our prospect, Morgan Outlaw, our great goaltending prospect, and Alex Tuck. So obviously Morgan Outlaw is pretty damn good. Medium elite potential, only 19 years old, but to get something, you have to give up something. So we're going to be trying to acquire Tyler Seguin and Jamie Benn. Hopefully this will go through. Proposed trade. Come on. Alright, it will work. So I'm going to try and retain some salary then first. We are pretty low on the cap space. I know it says $3 million, but we actually don't have that much. We actually have people with someone with retained salary where it's actually a pretty decent amount where we actually cannot or we aren't able to actually get to the actual max of the cap. So we'll try 3% then. Nope. Alright, well, I'm just going to lower it all the way, whatever. We're just going to go with it. No salary retained on either of them. Proposed trade. And there we go. Jamie Benn and Tyler Seguin are on the Houston Vikings. Alright guys, so I'll be right back, and for this next trade, hopefully everything will work out there as well. Alright guys, so we're back with our next trade, and here is the player I was talking about on the block. It is Drew Doughty, who is, I believe, a 92 overall. Absolutely phenomenal. Also on his final year of his contract. We're just going to be picking up Fitzmaurice and White as well, just because contract space issues. They have 50 out of 50 already, so we had to take 2 back. We're going to try to acquire a first rounder from them as well, because this is our last first rounder that we have. It has quite a decent amount of value, but hopefully it should be enough to send it through. Also, Mike Riley, Kyle Turris, and Emile Poirier all going to LA. So let's propose the trade, and hopefully this will go through. Trade rejected. They don't want to take on the cap of Kyle Turris, which, I mean, I don't blame them, but I don't know how much I can retain. You know, let's go 20%, and hopefully that's good. Proposed trade now. Alright, that will work. Durando and Spot Check will come up, but to be honest, we're just going to do best rosters. But I'll be right back with the lines in just a minute, guys. BRB. Alright, guys, so we're back. I need to make one more trade just to free up some cap space because, really quickly, Spot Check went down to a 77 because he got sent down, so we're just going to trade him away now. He's on a pretty shitty long contract, so there's no point on me actually keeping him. And then White that we just acquired, and then Svitov and Salo who we already had. We're just going to send them away to Arizona for 2 third-round picks. That's fine. Perrin will come up to the NHL. Alright, so now I'll be right back with the lines. BRB. Alright guys, so here's the lineup. Hopefully you guys are agreeing with it. We've got Benn, Seguin, Simmons on the top line, Bolesky, DeBrincat, Palin on the second line, Belcers, Holt, Hosang on the third line, LeBeau, Rod, and Durando on the fourth line. Top pair of Haig and Doughty, second pair of Hamilton and Mueller, third pair of Lauzon and Zaboral. If you guys really are interested in what the special teams looks like, you guys can just pause the video. I'm not going to go over it because I do want to continue the sim, and I don't want this to be the longest episode ever. Before the raw, uncut version of this, before I've edited this, I'm currently at 43 minutes, so, you know, I kind of got to hurry it up here. So hopefully everything goes well now that we made those trades. Obviously, Kakinen still the starter, so hopefully everything goes our way now. One more thing, though, before we start the sim. I'll be right back. Alright, guys, so the last thing I wanted to show you, I just wanted to show you the new captains and assistants. I just made them really quickly, but hopefully, again, everything should be fine. We have an assistant of Bolesky. I don't want to give it to Sagan, DeBrincat, Palin, or Ben because we just acquired them. Also, same thing for Doughty. So we have an assistant of Hamilton and captain of Hague. Hopefully everything works there, and now we should just get back into the sim. Now, hopefully everything goes our way now. Obviously, we have a very good team, 96 offense rating, 96 defense rating, and a goaltending rating of 90. So goaltending could definitely be improved, but Kakinen's a pretty solid goaltender, so we shouldn't be too worried about it. So now we just hope to get some wins. Speaking of goalie, or of a goalie, St. Louis offers us Opilka, I don't know. Luke Opilka. I have no idea what I'm trying to say. I'm not going to take him. Maybe be a good backup, but I'm not too worried about it. It's very rare that Kakinen does get pulled from games, so I'm not too worried about it. We'll just keep the team the way it is, and we're on a 2-game win streak with this new team, which is good. Now, hopefully we can get ahead of everybody in our division now. Obviously, both Dallas, who we made a trade with, and Dallas, who we also made a trade with, were both ahead of us in the division. So hopefully we can get ahead of them. There's our first loss with this new team, and it was to Toronto. So looking good though, 4-1-0 with this new team. Obviously, it's kind of a middle of the season rebuild almost. We just really made three huge trades. Obviously, Doughty, a great defenseman, Norris winner. Sagan and Ben, what a duo. Also, DeBrincat to reunite the duo of DeBrincat and Palin because they were playing together on Chicago. So I'm very glad we were able to do that. Now, it's looking good. We're doing pretty good. We've only gotten 2 losses with this team. We've lost both those games by only 1 goal. Too bad we weren't able to get a point, but I think it's fine. Hopefully ice time for everyone is okay. I don't see anybody complaining about ice time, so hopefully everything should be good. I am pretty damn excited, though, to see how well this team will do in the playoffs. I'm probably only going to do one more episode of this series, and I will do that or tomorrow more than likely, and it will be the playoffs. Hopefully maybe a Stanley Cup run. Otto Makinen from the St. Louis Blues. Looks like they're going on a bit of a rebuild, so they're trying to get rid of some of their older players by the looks of it. But just past the deadline now, and we're still looking good. Again, only a couple of losses with this team. We did just hit 40 wins against the Capitals as well, so we're doing pretty darn good now. I am happy with those trades, looking like they definitely helped us. Now I want to see how good LA is doing. They weren't the greatest team. They were most definitely going into a rebuild stage, so how good are they doing right now? 32, 26, and 8. I think they actually started doing better without Doughty, and we actually lost to them too. 7-4 is not a very good score line, unfortunately. Now, I definitely would have liked a better game out of that, but it's fine. We're bound to lose some games, so as long as we, in the long run, win the Stanley Cup, that is the main goal. That is why I went out to acquire those 4 players, and I really want to make it our year, man. I think the Vikings deserve it, and I want to go out on a high note because, obviously, this series, it's been a fun one. It's been pretty good all around, to be honest. We've gotten some good draft picks. Obviously, Tippett and Hague were the first 2 we ever made. Tippett, I don't know, kind of a bust, though. He was a great player overall-wise. Couldn't get it done. Really, penalty kill or power play, unfortunately. Nicholas Hague is still good, and we just finished first in the conference. We're not even in April yet. So, I'm not going to lie, guys, this is definitely the better sim than even the last one. We didn't have 50 wins. We didn't even have 45 wins since we made the trades in the last one. But then again, we did make it on the week of the deadline. We made them a lot earlier this time, so maybe we wouldn't have done as good. Looking like Dallas will make the playoffs as well. 45, 28, and 7 is their record. But we could hit 55 wins, and we do. Well, Iowa doing very good as well. 46, 19, and 6. Holy shit, man. Wow, only 88 locker room chemistry, but we finished first in the conference. Those are the exact same 5 teams, too, that finished in the last video, or the last time I recorded this as well. That's funny. So let's just see stat-wise really quickly. Holy shit. Tyler Seguin had 100 points. Ben almost cracked 100 as well. DeBrincat didn't quite get a point per game. Palin didn't do as great either as I was hoping for. He did almost have 40 goals, though, so there's not much to complain about. Doughty, potential Norris winner, you never know. Hosang did good. Bolesky did good. Simmons didn't do that great. I had him on the first line because he was doing decent, but apparently I should have had Hosang on that top line. Could you imagine the scenes if I had have had Hosang there instead of Simmons? Then again, I mean, Simmons is listed as a second. Oh, he's actually now listed as a third liner. He was listed as a second liner, and so was Hosang, but Hosang wasn't mad about his ice time. Damn, I should have played Hosang on the second line then, so that's interesting. Now, I'm not going to check all the stats in this episode, but let's see. Kakinen, how did he do? 230 GAA with 82 games played and a 923 save percentage. Obviously, that's not too bad. He did play 82 games, all 82 games on the season, which is incredible. I forgot to see if we won the Presidents. Actually, we should advance another day or two and then maybe see if we do win the Presidents. Now, I don't know if we'll go against St. Louis or if we'll go against someone in the other conference. Will it be St. Louis? It will be St. Louis. And, yeah, Iowa just finished first in their conference as well. So I didn't see a notification for the President's Trophy, which means we may not have won it, which, to be honest, it's not that big of a deal if we did. If we did, then awesome. All right, well, we did. I was going to say, if we did, then we did. If we didn't, then whatever, we didn't. We're still going to try and win the Stanley Cup. That is the final goal to this series, obviously. I'm hoping to end this one on a high note. So come back tomorrow, guys, because we will have Houston in the playoffs again, and we will hopefully win the first Stanley Cup in franchise history. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you all did enjoy, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.